All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing. And up front will be Giancarlo and Adam Barker on the front row. Max Gunther and Mike Dolling have the second row. Simon Zierk, Nick Sorensen on the third. Matt Baer, Ronnie Wimberly on the fourth row. Matthew Johnson rounding out the field here this morning. Remember, the top 7 will invert going into race number 2. So at some point, everybody in the field is going to have to fight through some traffic this morning. Could be a huge, huge deciding factor here. The Mercedes definitely is going to have the power advantage on the straightaways, but that Porsche turns so well on some of these tight turns here at Barcelona. Could be a deciding factor here. And tire wear, of course, even with the cooler temperatures, tire wear will be an issue, especially in race number 2. They will have to make a fuel stop at some point during race 2, but they will not have to take tires. We have not seen anybody change tires all season long. As they roll off, Giancarlo is going to lead them out. Through the final section of track, the Porsche pace car will pull into pit road. Through that final chicane, a lot of drivers are going to be very careful trying to make something happen there. Not the best place on the track to pass. Here they come out of the final turn. They bring him up to speed. Giancarlo leads him down. He fires. They are underway.
Green flag.
Green flag is in the air. Off into turn 1, everybody side by side. Give us just a moment. Single file all the way through the first section of track. Starting to see Simon Zierk make some moves. He's looking up to the inside on Nick Sorensen. Mercedes power trying to pull him away through the sweeping left. Into that tighter left-hand corner and up the hill. Watch those curbs on the inside. The rumble strips, not so bad, but the driver's talking. Some of the cars can take the curbing just fine, and some of them, it sends them around. Hearing that the BMW takes the curbs just fine, the Porsche, however, does not as they come through the tight left-hander, and you see the Porsche just navigates these turns so much quicker. Ronnie Wimberly has gone off track. Going to see a lot of off track today. Just too much of the rumble strip, and it looked like he might have caught a piece of the apron. Manages to get that car recovered quickly, though. Meanwhile, Giancarlo comes around and leads lap number 1. Back down into the first section. Adam Barker's got his hands full of Max Gunther all over the back bumper. Max, during practice in that Porsche, was pushing the BMWs up this hill. He was so much faster through this section of track, and it is starting to show. Looked like he was going to make the move there. Backs out as they go through the horseshoe. Back behind, Mike Dolling leads Sorensen and Zierk trying to pull back up. Matt Johnston has his hands full. Matt Bear also right there. The Matt Bear, not a fan of this track. He was struggling big time this morning. Looks like Ronnie Wimberly has gone to pit road. Expect to see him back for race 2. Giancarlo opening up a 1.6 second lead over Adam Barker. Max Gunther. Everybody settling in. Looked like Dolling just has that car turning so well this morning through those tight sections of track there at the end of the lap. Probably the best turning BMW we've seen as Max Gunther looks down to the inside going towards 1. Side by side through turn 1 and 2. Gunther still has the inside as they head to the sweeping right-hand turn 3. Gunther's got the run. He clears. Adam looks back to the inside. Does he make the move? No. Giancarlo still way out front. 2.6 seconds now and growing as Max and Adam still battling it out for second. Dolling, Sorensen, and Zierk still nose to tail, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Or 4th, 5th, and 6th rather. Matt Bear has gotten past Matthew Johnson. That is for 7th place. Johnston, excuse me. Sorry, Matt. Max Gunther, though, starting to pull just a little bit of a gap on Adam Barker. Just at half a second at the moment. Both drivers fairly equal out here this morning. BMW obviously has a little bit more power, but that Porsche gets through those turns so much better. Max has been able to take advantage of that cornering so far. Down into turn 1, last time by, Max took the position. Adam does not have the run this time. Dolling still has Sorensen on it, and you heard Sorensen say in pre-races he looks to the inside. Braking is a big, big deal with this Mercedes this morning. Too much or too little, and that car does not. It just gets so tail happy they touch. Simon Zierk slips through. Simon Zierk manages to slip through underneath as Sorensen and Dolling both have issues. Sorensen slowing down. He's going to let Dolling back by. Let's take another look at that one. There's Nick Sorensen coming up. Looks to the inside on Mike Dolling. Gets the inside as they go through that right-hander in turn 3. Has the Mercedes power as they go up the hill, that short straightaway. And there you see, just gets a little bit loose under braking and goes around, collects Dolling. Great recovery by both drivers, but both a lot of ground to make up now. Dolling and Sorensen now nose to tail with Matthew Johnston just ahead. And man, those Mercedes do sound tough out there. Giancarlo way out front now, 3.3 seconds over Max Gunther. Adam Barker back in third. Simon Zierk in fourth now after slipping through. Great save by Simon, just able to cut down underneath the incident directly in front of him and makes the move to the lead, or into fourth rather. Matt Baer now into the top 5, but here comes Sorensen and Doling. Both of them clear Matthew Johnston. Now they set their sights on Matt Baer, 5 seconds ahead. Last time by, Sorensen was about half a second faster than Matt Baer. Will he be able to catch up in time though? Oh! Matt Baer getting a little slidey out of the turns. Matt in a new paint scheme this week as well in the BMW. Through that final chicane. Giancarlo still out front though, pulling away. Now the lead 4 seconds. After missing out on 3 races, 3 weeks of racing, he has come back in like a storm, but race 2, he'll be having to come through the field. As of right now, though, he's got that car perfectly flat. It's going through the turns just right. Looks like he is having a ball out there. Max Gunther currently running in second. Adam Barker still in third. Adam still within striking distance, 0.8 of a second back. Simon Zierk secure in fourth at the moment. Matt Baer in fifth, 4.4 seconds ahead of Nick Sorensen and Mike Doling at this rate. I don't think Doling and Sorensen are going to be able to catch back up. However, as they run right now, that'll put Doling in starting on the pole and Nick Sorensen outside pole for race 2. Oh, Giancarlo gets a little bit of the bump on corner exit out of the final chicane, using every bit of track here this morning. Adam Barker still trying to stay in the tire tracks of Max Gunther. Zierk back in fourth, Matt Baer in fifth. Nick Sorensen is starting to close the gap. It is now down under 3.5 seconds. Mike Doling just 1.3 seconds behind him. Matt Johnston currently running in 8th place. Ronnie Wimberly off track. Expect to see him back in race 2. Giancarlo comes back to dominate. Max Gunther, though, in the Porsche, has chopped away about half a second. Could we see a situation in race 2 where the Porsche of Max Gunther hangs with the Porsche of Giancarlo? Last time by, Max Gunther was actually 0.3 of a second faster. Let's see as they come across the line this time. About equal. Matt Bear still holding on to 5th. Sorensen still trying to close the gap, and Mike Dolling is definitely cranking it up here. Dolling and Sorensen still staying very close. Adam still staying within striking distance. Simon Zierk out alone. And speaking of out alone, look at Giancarlo go. Now the lead back to 4 seconds. Max Gunther was gaining on him Bear for a while. Has now lost a little bit of ground, and Adam Barker is starting to close back in. Did hear, despite the cooler track temperatures, the tire wear this morning is going to be a huge, huge factor. Simon Zierk in 4th place, still just in a great buffer zone there. He's safe in front, but not gaining, he's safe behind, but not gaining a lot of time on the cars in front. Oh, Matt Bear is off track. What happened to the Mad Bear as he goes through turn 1? He was trying to hold on to that top 5 spot. Looks like he got in a little too deep and a little too much braking. Slides the back end. Nick Sorensen and Mike Dolling both slip back by him. Matt Bear now back into 7th. Sorensen in 5th. Dolling in 6th. Under 5 minutes left to go. This battle is not done yet between these two. Nor do I think is Adam Barker and Max Gunther anywhere close to done. But since about the 10-minute mark, Giancarlo and Max Gunther have been pretty even on pace. Going into race 2, that could be an interesting turn of events with these two starting side by side. It seems like Max Gunther has the advantage on the long run. Sorensen still holding on to 5th. Oh, here we go. Dolling looks to the inside, down into turn 1. Dolling sends it deep into turn 1 and makes it stick somehow. Sorensen to 6th. Dolling now to 5th. They're not done racing yet, though. Sorensen staying right in his tire tracks. Sorensen has the power advantage on the straightaways, Dolling the turning advantage, and this track is more about the turns. Giancarlo coming through the final section of track. Max Gunther still holds second and has opened up a 1.7 second gap on Adam Barker in 3rd now. Simon Zierk safely in 4th. Mike Dolling in 5th. Nick Sorensen in 6th. Matt Bear back now to 7th. Matthew Johnston in 8th. Next time by, Giancarlo will likely get the white flag. Giancarlo swept both races at Road America to start the season, won the first race at Twin Ring Motegi the next week, and has not raced the 3 weeks since then. He is looking to come back in dominant fashion, but that man there, Max Gunther, just as fast on the long run, could be the spoiler in race 2. Let's ride along with Giancarlo in the Porsche as he comes out of the final turn. Looking toward Barney, the flag man. Did not get a good look at Barney there. Max Gunther in second, Adam in third. Final lap, Simon Zierk in fourth place. Mike Dolling, Nick Sorensen still fifth and sixth, nose to tail around here. Sorensen closing the gap as they come down the front straightaway. Sorensen still all over him, still looking for a way back by into the top 5. As of right now, Matt Bear will be starting on pole for race 2. As Giancarlo goes into the final section of track to start his dramatic comeback in the season. Down into the final chicane here at Barcelona. It does look like Giancarlo has returned in spectacular fashion. He is going to win race 1 at Catalunya. Max Gunther comes out of that final turn in second. Adam Barker will come home in third. And what a race it was. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Adam Barker. Hey Adam, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey Doug, how are you doing?
Hey, pretty. I have to ask, what is this about?
We're just killing Max, but very slowly.
Oh, I see. I got you. That was definitely a fun and exciting race. All of you seem to have some moments out there, but you seem to pull it off and come home with a podium finish.
Yeah, it was tried to keep Max behind me, but he was so close, and once he got ahead, I just couldn't keep up. So it was a good race. Not too much going off from my perspective, but yeah, it was a good race.
It did look like Max had the advantage in the turns, but it looked like you might have had him on the straightaway just a little bit. Do you change up race 2 to try and make up some ground here?
No, I think we stick as we are and hope the Porsche does some slidey bits and gets them all loose. The Porsche is definitely the quickest option around here, but it's a little bit deadly, so hopefully it bites.
All right, man. Great race. Congratulations on another podium finish. You actually just officially took the points lead after that race, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, Adam Barker comes home in third, and now Max Gunther finishing in second. Hey, Max, it's Doug. You got me?
Hi, Doug.
Hey, looked like they were trying to help destroy your car there after the race.
Yeah, they actually succeeded, I guess.
That was a great race, and I have to say, watching the lap times, you were equal in pace. After the first few minutes, your pace was fairly equal to Giancarlo. Do you have something for him in race 2?
I hope so. I mean, he's really fast on this track. But I actually don't know. Maybe he crashes. Maybe I spin out. We will see.
I have to say, based on the lap times, the second half of the race, you were a lot faster going into a longer run like this. Can you capitalize on that being faster on the long runs?
I actually don't know. It's a really tricky track. It's hard to keep your concentration up.
That is true. And there's some tricky parts to this, and Adam just said the Porsche does get a little bit slidey out there, so he's going to be watching for that closely.
Yeah, it is. It is getting slidey after a couple of laps.
Well, man, an awesome race. You've got a ton of speed. Good luck in race number 2, buddy.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
Max Gunther finishes second, and Giancarlo, you definitely came back with a bang this morning.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
I have to say, though, did you lose something in the long run? Because it looks like Max has actually got the speed advantage on the long runs today.
Yeah, I think I tried to take the first lap kind of conservatively and then probably pushed a bit too hard. It's a high tire deg track, and definitely I was getting loose here and there in those closing laps. So with the 40-minute race, I got to be a lot more careful with how I treat my tires.
It was great to see you back up there, but having done so many seasons in the Lambo, has your driving had to change dramatically for that Porsche?
Yeah, a good amount. I mean, they're both, the engine is either in the mid or rear for both of them, which kind of helps, but it is a different driving style, using how you use the brakes and throttle to get the car to turn for sure.
And I know Adam said it, and I know a lot of guys were talking about in practice, that the Porsche is just a little bit squirrely, slidey, and it still has that tendency to reach out and bite you.
Yep, absolutely, and I'm sure that I will get very close to that point at the end of this upcoming race.
Well, man, great to have you back. A great run. Obviously, going to pick up a lot of points here this morning. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
The Giancarlo, first race back after 3 weeks away, gets the win, but now has to start from 7th place. Hey, good morning, Glenn. How's it going, buddy? It's gonna be an interesting second race. Wow, Simon Zierk using every bit of the track here as him and Ronnie Wimberly out in practice. Expect to see Ronnie make all of race 2. Would be great to see Ronnie back up front here today. As the warm-up comes to a close, the drivers hit pit road. It's about to go to race number 2. All right, race number 2. We'll see the Mad Bear and Nick Sorensen on the front row. Mike Dolling, Simon Zierk have the second row. Adam Barker and Max Gunther on the third row. Giancarlo and Matthew Johnston on the fourth row. Ronnie Wimberly rounding out the field here this morning. BMW, Mercedes on the front row, then the 3 BMWs, the 2 Porsches starting back in 6th and 7th. They were the 2 fastest in race 1, but they have got a lot to get through here this morning. Pit strategy likely to be, what in the world is Matt Bear doing? Matt apparently forgot how to put the BMW in a forward gear, or he just put it in R for race. Porsche pace car leads him around. We'll be watching Max and Giancarlo in the Porsches come through, see if they can survive. Turn 1 here, always sketchy. Had a clean start to race 1, but with the guys that were in the top 5 further back in race 2, this start could get dicey. Pace car is in, they are around. Matt fires early, they're gone. Green flag coming. Now the green flag is in the air and Matt Bear is away with Nick Sorensen in second. They are 3 wide mid-pack as Giancarlo and Max try and find their way forward. A little bit of sliding out through 1 and 2. Driver still trying to get tire temps up. Mike Dowling currently holds on to third. Nick Sorensen, Matt Bear out front. Dowling on the inside. Zierk on the outside. Adam Barker right behind. Bear and Sorensen still out front racing for the lead. Dowling currently holds third. A lot of side-by-side battling. Nobody has picked up a position yet. Giancarlo, Max Gunther still mired back in heavy traffic. Max Gunther now looks outside on Adam Barker. Can he make it stick? He comes down and cuts the runoff through the tight left-hander. Max Gunther now to 5th. Giancarlo has slipped by. He is now up to 6. He brought Matthew Johnston with him. Adam Barker has faded back to 8. Matt Bear still out front, still managing to hold Sorensen off for the moment. Dowling in third as Simon Zierk all over and Max Gunther closing in. Matthew Johnston having a great start to race number 2, already up a couple positions into 7th. A little bit of a blink. Max Gunther already catching up to Simon Zierk. Max looking for passes and making moves up on the high side this morning. Now Max looks to the inside on Zierk as they go down the straightaway. Can't get the nose in. Giancarlo, while they're battling, getting an opportunity to close back up. Dowling, meanwhile, out in third, trying to catch back up to Nick Sorensen and Matt Bear. He is gaining ground. Matt Bear still in the lead by almost a second. Now running in third. Last time by, Giancarlo just set the fastest lap of the race so far as he tries to make his way up. Oh! Zierk is around! Simon Zierk has gone around. He is off track. last part of the track, Simon Zierk. Let's see if there was any sliding or any indication. Does not look like he has any bobbles here coming through the final section of track. Down the front straightaway, staying in Doling's draft, down towards turn 1. Off into turn 1. Through turn 2 perfectly smoothly, and then it looks like back downhill, you see Max Gunther trying to make something happen here, and Simon gets a lot of the curbing there. Max looking to the outside, Simon on the inside, cutting the runoff. See if we can find the moment it happened here. It looks like just locks up those back brakes and goes around. Matt Baer taken out of cone as he continues to lead by over a second over Nick Sorensen. Doling, Gunther, and Giancarlo nose to tail, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Adam Barker, who is fading early on in this one, has now made his way back up into 6th place. Meanwhile, Simon Zierk, after that incident, 1.7 seconds behind 8th place Ronnie Wimberly. He is gaining ground, but he has got a long way to go here this morning. Adam Barker, the new points leader, continuing to try and make his way up towards Giancarlo. This 3-car battle ahead, though, is definitely going to help Barker out a bit, and they are gaining on the top 2. As here comes Max Gunther, looks to the inside on Doling. He's got the run. Does he keep the door open for Giancarlo? Doling trying to use every bit of track possible. Doling pulls back into 3rd. Gunther looks like he's going to cross over. Doesn't do the move. Giancarlo all over Gunther's back bumper as every time a door opens, everybody's trying to go through it here. Giancarlo taking that tight left-hander so nicely. Adam Barker in 6th place, continuing to close in as they battle ahead. Mike Doling in the BMW has his hands full with those 2 Porsches. Down the front straightaway. Oh, they both move to the outside. Doling wisely stays low, keeps that line shut off, but now Gunther looks to the inside. Gunther gets the run out of the turn. Doling trying to keep him pinned down. Gunther's got help. Giancarlo makes it 3 wide. No, he backs out. Now Giancarlo tries to stick the nose in. Dawling still trying to make something happen and come back. Max Gunther now to 3rd. Dawling in 4th, Giancarlo in 5th. Matt Baer, Nick Sorensen still battling out ahead. Sorensen has caught Matt Baer. Gunther in 3rd, trying to open up a bit of a gap. Dawling still doing a great job holding off Giancarlo at the moment. Sorensen, meanwhile, down the front straightaway. That Mercedes power may give him the advantage here to set up for turn 1. He looks down to the inside as they go off into turn 1. It's going to be a question of who breaks latest. It's going to be Baer. He pulls a... Oh, Matt Baer goes wide. Sorensen's got... Look at this. Max Gunther out of nowhere. Gunther looks to the outside for 2nd place. Matt Baer moves up. Sorensen looks down to the bottom for the lead. Sorensen gets the nose in. It won't be enough. Dawling trying to fight back. He's coming past Sorensen. Now Max Gunther into 2nd. Sets his sights on Matt Baer. The door is open. Can Giancarlo get past the Mercedes? Matt Baer still successfully holding the lead, but Max Gunther is there. Matt Baer holds him off for the moment. As fast as these Porsches have been here today, this may not last. Down the front straightaway they go. Dawling still in 3rd, Sorensen in 4th. Sorensen moves to mid-track to set up for 1. Tries to cut off Giancarlo's run. Simon Zierk on pit road. This could be his fuel stop. And while the top 5 are battling, Adam Barker, the new points leader, is closing in again. Meanwhile, the Mad Bear has the Porsche of Max Gunther all over the back bumper. One mistake here could upset the entire top 5. Ronnie Wimberly has crashed. As now it's about to become a top 6 battle. Let's see what happened with Ronnie. Matthew Johnston right behind him. Looks like Ronnie just overcooks it out of the turn. Adam Barker has now all but caught up with that lead pack. It's about to be a 6-car battle. Sorensen is spun. Oh, going down toward the chicane, Sorensen just overshoots. top 5 is spread out just a little bit with Matt Bear and Max Gunther up ahead by 3/4 of a second over Dalling and Giancarlo. Adam Barker lurking less than a second behind. Dalling and Giancarlo are side by side. Giancarlo goes to 3rd. Now Gunther's making the move on Bear. They touch. Gunther to the lead. Dalling finds a way back to the inside on Giancarlo. Dalling back to 3rd. What a battle this is, and Adam Barker is closing in more. Max Gunther, meanwhile, pulls away. Dalling tries to block the run on Giancarlo. Giancarlo moves to the outside. Max Gunther continuing to pull away, almost a 1-second lead as they continue to battle for second. Matt Bear has now faded back into 5th as Dalling, Giancarlo, and Barker battle it out for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. While they battle, though, it is Max Gunther pulling away in the Porsche and Dalling trying to hold 2nd place, but Giancarlo's got to run. Matt Bear is on pit road. Giancarlo can't get there, but Dalling has a bobble between 1 and 2. Giancarlo gets a run, can't quite make a move yet. Adam Barker just lurking behind. Side by side, Giancarlo and Mike Dalling still battle it out, but Giancarlo, that Porsche turning is just, wow! Giancarlo's sliding! He gets into Dalling, he gets into Barker! They're all around trying to recover! Dalling sends it deep into that turn, he has the grip, but Giancarlo just loses the back end. That Porsche finally bit him. Adam Barker just trying to navigate through as everybody checks up ahead, almost clears it. And Nick Sorensen slips through the chaos. Nick Sorensen is now to 3rd. Meanwhile, Max Gunther can take a break. He has a 5.5-second lead. Mike Dalling now to 2nd. Sorensen now in 3rd. 5 seconds back. Adam Barker on pit road in 4th. Giancarlo on pit road in 5th. What a turn of events right before the halfway point. And Max Gunther has to love looking in his mirror right now. Ronnie Wimberly, who's already been to, or no, he has not been to pit road yet. He's in 4th. Matt Bear has been to pit road, now back up into 5th. Simon Zierk is out. The top 4 have not been to pit road. Everybody else has. Matt Bear in 5th. Simon Zierk in 6th. Adam Barker now in 7th. Giancarlo in 8th. Matthew Johnston in 9th. Simon Zierk putting himself in a really good position here as he closes in on Matt Bear. Adam Barker, Giancarlo continue to battle it out for 7th and 8th. Mike Dolling is now on pit road. As they come through this final section of track, we may get to see just how close this battle is going to be at the end after that incident between them. They're coming through the final turn. Dolling on pit road getting fuel. He should be on his way out. Wimberly goes by. Dolling on his way out. Where is Simon Zierk? Is closing in on him. Here comes Adam Barker and Giancarlo. Dolling gets out ahead. Mike Dolling managing to come out in 5th. Matt Baer now rides in 4th. And it is still Max Gunther who is still pulling away his lead. Wow. As he takes out all the cones, Max Gunther now has a 7 1/4 second lead over Sorensen. Sorensen currently running in 2nd. Ronnie Wimberly now in 3rd. Ronnie, a little slide through there. That section of track has bit more than one driver this morning. Matt Baer in 4th is closing in on Wimberly, 2.8 seconds back. Mike Dolling still runs in 5th. 6th place is Simon Zierk. Giancarlo in 7th. Adam Barker in 8th. And they are starting to close back up on each other. As they come through the chicane, that Porsche finally getting a little bit tail happy out there. Does not seem to be bothering Max Gunther at all, though. He continues to pull away his lead almost 8 seconds now. He'll still have to make his pit stop, but he's got a big enough lead right now. I don't think he's going to end up losing any time. No mistakes on pit road, and Max Gunther might just pull this off here today. It'll be his 2nd win of the season. He won at Twin Ring Motegi. Adam Barker has had another off track. Going wide, looks like through turns 3. Just a little bit wide, clips it, but pulls it back down. Sorensen in 2nd, still trying to gain some ground here. In the Mercedes, Ronnie Wimberly in 3rd as Matt Baer almost to striking distance. Matt has Mike Dolling closing in. Simon Zierk, Giancarlo, and Adam Barker all also still closing in. Remember, Max Gunther, Nick Sorensen, and Ronnie Wimberly, all 3 still have to hit pit road. Max Gunther does not seem to be even the least bit affected by the tire temps and the tire wear here this morning. Using every bit of the track as he comes out of the chicane back down the front straightaway. Still has to make his pit stop. Still has a 7.5 second lead over the Mercedes of Nick Sorensen. Ronnie Wimberly in third, now under attack by Matt Bear in fourth. Dowling not far behind. Simon Zierk, Giancarlo also not far behind, nor is Adam Barker. "15 minutes left to go. This race is far from over." Ronnie is on pit road. He gives up third place. Matt Bear is now going to go to third. He's going to have about 2.5 seconds over Mike Dowling in fourth. Zierk in fifth. Giancarlo in sixth. Adam Barker now to seventh. Nick Sorensen and Max Gunther, the top two, still have not been to pit road. Everybody else has completed their stops. Matt Bear, however, completed his stop on lap 9. Should be good to go on fuel. Same with Simon Zierk, who stopped on lap 7. Getting those stops out of the way early. Giancarlo had the shortest stop at 8 seconds. Everybody else 10 to 11. Giancarlo currently running in 5th place, trying to close in on Dowling. Bear trying to hold on for a podium finish after starting the race on the pole. Had some issues early, drifted back, short pitted. Has got himself back into a podium spot. Can he hold on to it? Giancarlo closing back in on Mike Dowling. He's got Simon Zierk on the bumper. Adam Barker still lurking. Ronnie Wimberly and Matthew Johnson battling it out for 8th and 9th. Ronnie's got it for the moment. Looking at one of the onboard cameras for Simon Zierk as they come down the tight parts of the track. Back on throttle as they head back down into that tight left-hander. This section of track is where we've seen so many drivers bit here today. Down towards the chicane, and Zierk is actually been one of the fastest BMWs all morning long, getting on the bumps, using every bit of the track. Barker still trying to close in as well. Mike Dowling now has his hands full as Giancarlo is there. He's looking to the inside. Giancarlo gets the run out of 3. Down into 4th. Giancarlo pulls up into 4th. Dowling still trying to fight back. Dowling still got the nose in as they go into the left-hander. Last time these two were side by side through this section of track, it didn't end well. This time, though, they have got it figured out, and Giancarlo now to fourth and sets his sights on Matt Bear in third. Max Gunther has given up the lead. He is on pit road. Nick Sorensen stays out in second place. He's going to claim it. Now the question is, can Matt Bear pull up and get past Gunther while he's on pit road? He is likely too far back. Gunther is on his way off pit road now. Gunther comes off pit road with second place. Sorensen will still have to pit. Giancarlo, meanwhile, just set the fastest lap of the race in fourth place and is closing in on Matt Bear. Mike Dowling sitting back in fifth place, Simon Zierk in sixth, and Adam Barker in seventh, still battling it out. Sorensen still has the lead, has not made his pit stop yet. Ronnie Wimberly has crashed. Matthew Johnson has taken the position. Looks like headed down towards turn one. Just loses the back end on the Ferrari. Hits the outside wall. Nick Sorensen is on pit road. Now Max Gunther's opportunity to reclaim the lead is here. Giancarlo has just gotten past Matt Bear for second, for what could be second place rather, currently third. Sorensen on his way off pit road as Giancarlo comes down the front straightaway. Sorensen is off pit road, 2 seconds ahead. But here comes Giancarlo at full chat towards turn one. Sorensen just over a second ahead. Giancarlo in third. Now Matt Bear in fourth. Dowling in fifth. Zierk in sixth. Adam Barker in seventh. And Max Gunther out front with a 9.6 second lead and 7 minutes left to go. Max Gunther still in the lead, has dominated this race since he took it. Sorensen and Bear both briefly leading, but so far it has been Gunther all morning long. Sorensen in second place, now in trouble. Matt Bear has crashed. He has gone to pit road. Matt Bear led here early in race 2, but comes across that bump. Looks like it might have broke something. Several drivers saying taking that bump wrong will destroy the underpinning of the car. Giancarlo in third, still trying to close the gap on Sorensen. Mike Dolling currently running in 4th. Simon Zierk in 5th. Adam Barker, the new points leader, in 6th. This might be huge for the points as Nick Sorensen came in today 34 points behind Adam Barker. He's going to pick up some ground here this morning. And Giancarlo is definitely doing what he needs to do this morning with a win in race 1. He is going to pick up a lot of points. Came into today after missing 3 races, 9th in points. Should catch up or even pass Simon Zierk. Will pass Jason Miller. And close the gap on Matt Bear as Sorensen trying like heck down the front straightaway to break the draft on the Porsche of Giancarlo. Giancarlo just set the fastest lap of the race again. Meanwhile, Max Gunther out front, keeping his pace steady and fast. Giancarlo all over Sorensen's back bumper. This is definitely what Dolling wanted to see. Dolling 3.8 seconds back. Still has a shot if these two have problems. Max Gunther also wants to see all the battling behind him. Meanwhile, Max Gunther continuing to lead, trying to open up that lead to almost 10 seconds right now. 2 minutes left to go. Gunther should be getting the white flag this time by. His 2nd win of the season, not far away. Came in today 5th in points, just 6 points behind Dolling. He'll pull up. With his 2nd place finish in race 1 and a win in race 2, he'll pull up to 4th in points easily. This points battle is really heating up. Mike Dolling has had a problem. Goes way, way wide through the dirt. Manages to hold on to it, but gives Simon Zierk time to catch up. Max Gunther comes out of the final turn. He is going to look for the white flag this time by. Normally in these series, man, the points would be spreading out coming into the halfway through the season, but every race we've seen upside down, turned around, and the points battles just keep getting closer as this season goes on. I think we're going to see some wild, wild races. With Oshlerbahn and Circuit of the Americas coming in the next 2 weeks, this ought to be interesting. Max Gunther one more time around. Sorensen still managing to hold off Giancarlo. Dowling still holds fourth, but Simon Zierk, after that mistake, closes right up to the bumper. Simon looks inside. Simon gets him. They're both... Dowling is around Zierk, now to fourth. Adam Barker to fifth, looks to the inside. Adam goes to fourth. No, Simon fights back. On the inside, they're going to touch. Nothing happens. Simon holds on to fourth, Adam in fifth. What a change! Chaos on the final lap. And it does not matter one bit to Max Gunther. Will we see a change for second? Checkered flags is in the air. Max Gunther will win for the second time this season at Barcelona. Sorensen's going to come home in second. Giancarlo comes back to finish third. Simon Zierk will come home in fourth, and Adam Barker pulls off fifth. Let's talk to our top three, starting with Giancarlo. Hey, Giancarlo, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug. How you doing?
I'm good, man. The Porsche finally bit you.
Yep, absolutely. It was some great racing all around with Mike and Adam and Nick. But yeah, you know, I didn't expect the move from Mike, and then I had to readjust, and unfortunately I lost it. And I think I brought Adam and Mike down with me, which is a real shame.
Man, it was an epic comeback regardless. I mean, your drive back up into the podium spot was legendary, to say the least, and laying down consistently faster laps throughout the last little bit of that race.
Yeah, it was fun to kind of come back at it after the pit stops. You know, I was trying to get by Nick, but unfortunately we were just talking, like, the Merc here is very fast in a straight line, and the Porsche is good in the corners, but the corners are kind of hard to pass at.
This is true. And as you showed earlier on in the race, it looked like you just drove a little too deep into that one corner and just couldn't get the grip.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. I just, you know, I was gonna turn in, and then I saw Mike up my inside a bit late on my end. Like, I didn't realize he was there, and then I had to readjust at the last minute, and just I wasn't able to keep it on track, unfortunately.
Well, regardless, a win and a third. Your great comeback here today. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Doug. Have a good one.
Giancarlo comes home in third, and Nick Sorensen, it looks like the Mercedes power triumphs once again. You come home in second.
Yeah, the power of the Mercedes there, it's the only thing that kept me in front of Giancarlo.
It was quite a battle between you two. We could see him make a move, but out of the corner, he would set up on corner entry, but once you came out of the corner, you were just able to power away from him.
Yeah, he knew that I was struggling a little bit, so it was really hard for him to time up like where he might make a move, because I was a bit inconsistent. And then at the end, I figured out like that might have been his last place to make a move, but he just said the power of the Mercedes was too much in the straight line.
Well, it definitely paid off. I know there was questions coming in as to how well the Mercedes would handle this track, but I'd say it did okay this morning.
Yeah, it did fine. Unfortunately, it took me till halfway through the second race to figure out how to drive here, but you know, it was a real fun race, and everyone was doing great, so it was a good day.
Man, congratulations. Another podium finish that tightens up the points between you and Adam as well.
Yep, thanks.
Nick Sorensen comes home in second, and Max Gunther. Max, your second win of the season, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
That was a great run. Once you got into the lead, man, there was nobody could touch you.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that with Matt. It was just one of those corners where you can't see, and yeah, I got a little bit late on the brakes.
It gets a little dicey out here. These turns are just so tight, and like you said, there's a lot of blind turns, but man, I have to say, watching you versus Giancarlo in the Porsches this morning, we saw Giancarlo sliding around a lot. You just never seemed to slide that car.
Oh, it actually slid a bit, but it was way better than I anticipated. especially since I could quite good manage my tires in the middle part of the race. And so I think tires lasted quite longer than Giancarlo's.
It definitely seemed to be, man. That was an epic run. You get a second and a win today. What a great day here at Barcelona.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you. It was a great race.
Congratulations, buddy. Max Gunther pulls off the win at Barcelona. Wow, what a race that was. That second race was full of surprises. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back tonight. BRR Cup Series is back. Jones BS Racing is back tomorrow night, and I'll be back in the car Tuesday night for the Tuesday Tour. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you tonight.